everybody, it's Delania. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about Snow White and the whole saga that went on the opening weekend. One of my girlfriends brought our other girlfriend's daughter to the movie theater this weekend. She said it was absolutely empty, so I was shocked. Big Disney movie, empty the first weekend. So I'd heard some rumblings of stuff that was been going over the last couple months, but never really kind of took a deep dive into it. So after this weekend and the lackluster results and everything I heard from her, I just wanted to break it down. Big question is, why do people not want to go to the movies? Well, Disney. One, is it because of the wokeness? Is it people don't like to see stars that have political views that don't follow theirs? Or is if the star is just unlikable? So what is it that causes people not to want to go see a movie? Or is it a combination of the three? My opinion, it's a combination of the three. So I just wanted to break that down and show you guys how I see, even from the past interviews and everything, how I think people are perceiving the stars, Disney, and the whole dwarf thing all kind of wrapped up in one is a big shitstorm. So I think that's what caused the crash and burn this weekend. So anyway, stick with me. I'm going to break it down. So just have a look at this first video here. This is when Rachel Zegler is out promoting the movie with, I think it's The Ugly Witch, but how she talks about the movie. It is a fairy tale. Fairy tales were, have been out there since the beginning of time. People tell stories. It has to do with culture, lessons learned within the stories. They used to be a lot more grim back in the day because death and suffering was a lot more prevalent back then. But really, at the end of the day, the stories have evolved. I really don't think a love story is bad. I have a daughter. I grew up watching Snow White and things like that. I never once in my mind did I ever think that when I grew up, I want to make sure that I have a knight in shining armor that's going to come and save me. I really don't think that is what the fable was all about. I really don't think that's what the little girls are going to get out of it. But have a listen here and her take on the whole romance saga.
1937
She's not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird. So we didn't do that this time. I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. I watched it for the first time in probably 17 years. The cartoon was made 85 years ago, and therefore it's extremely dated when it comes to the ideas of women being in roles of power.
Snippets of interviews, I really think people got the feeling that she wasn't really behind the story, and you have this kind of old classic story that people just want to go, they already know the story, they just want to go see the story, and they don't really want it to be rewritten for them in someone else's views of what is right. I think if we love the story, we love the story. So I think her kind of putting in with her 2 cents of, we can just cut him out. But no, that's a prevalent part of the movie. So why would you want to cut them out? And what makes you more important than the other guy cast as her love interest? I don't even know who it is, but it's okay to have a love story. It's okay in this day and age to be a woman and have a love story. I think that's one of the fundamentals of life. I think if anything you would want for our children and everything is to be able to fall in love, find someone to fall in love with. So I don't know why she sees this as such a bad thing about how it all came down. But anyways, I digress. So I think that at first kind of set people off is like, you kind of, if you're going to portray something in a story, you kind of got to buy into the story, and she didn't buy into the story. So I think that kind of put a wall up for people. And I also think that the second thing is her political views. She wrote this this thing on Twitter, and I just want to share that with you guys. Actually, I don't know where she posted, but anyway, she posted this kind of message after Trump was elected into office, and I thought it was just really kind of disgraceful. I couldn't imagine saying that about anybody, regardless of what their political views are. So I just wanted to show you guys this little quote here. So Rachel Zegler sends off this message, I don't know, Instagram or whatever, with this picture, and I just want to share this with you guys. I find myself speechless in the midst of this. Another 4 years of hatred leaning us towards a world I do not want to live in, leaning us towards a world that will be hard to raise my daughter in, leaning us towards a world that will force her to have a baby she doesn't want, leaning us towards a world that is fearful. I shouldn't be this shocked, but I am. I am heartbroken for my friends who awoke fear this morning. I am here with you to cry, to yell, to hug, to wax poetic on how the left continues to fail us in forging a new path forward. This loss should not have been, and it certainly should not have been, so many votes. I echo Ethel Kane's statement more than anything. May Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace. So, I don't know. I just think that I couldn't imagine wanting peace for not everybody. I really don't care what political views that you have, but if you're a good person and you're in the left, the right, the middle, doesn't really matter where you're from, but to hope someone that to not have peace and the things that the left is doing with the Teslas and the violence that's going on, and it's just crazy to me that this is your Snow White. You're going to say things like that, and more than half the country voted for Trump. So you've kind of isolated half of the country even before you go into it. And not that I don't think actors or actresses that have a voice shouldn't share their opinion, but I think with political views, I think you got to pick a lane. Either you're going to be a movie star and kind of stick to your lane, or if you don't want to be a movie star and you have your fame, then go get into the political realm. But I'm really finding what's happening, especially in this day and age, that you can't crisscross the two. George Clooney is a perfect example. Julia Roberts, Robert De Niro, apparently his movie went out this weekend and it was a disaster as well. I just think that people don't want to hear it from those people. It's like, I don't need the butcher to tell me how to bake. I'm going to go to the baker, ask him how to bake. Okay, we all can have opinions, but I really think that we have to be careful about isolating other people. Like I said, I love hearing others' opinions. I love the art of conversation. That's one of the reasons I wanted to start this YouTube channel, is to just start the conversation. And it's good that people have different points of view. But to hope that someone doesn't have peace and you're supposed to be playing Snow White, I don't know. Anyways, please share your thoughts on that one. I really think that, yeah, wishing harm on somebody is not a good look. So there's also this next video here. And I think this gets away from what her political views are and why people might not like her, to her just not being a likable person. So she talks about people that are just going to line up to see her no matter what. So you can be happy about my failures, but people are going to line up for me no matter what. I don't know. I just think that, gosh, back in my day and age, that if you were a young woman like that and you got a role like that, you would be so grateful and so happy and so kind of take it all in and kind of just hold your political views back. Just wait till the movie, your life should be, if you're, they're paying you millions of dollars, dive into your part, dive into everything. But to sit there and say, well, people are going to line up to see me anyways, I think there's going to be a day of reckoning that, she's going to show up somewhere and there's not going to be anybody there. And they spend their whole lives trying to be actors and be in front of people and to be the star and to be famous and all that. And then they become famous and then they alienate more than half the people. And I also think this celebrity culture is going to shit because no one really cares what they think. And they're pushing it on us to think, just because I watched you in a movie doesn't mean that I'm going to vote like you or I want to be like you or anything like that. So I think overall, there's a day of reckoning coming for all the actors and actresses and people out there that are famous and they just want to change our point of views for their own agendas. We're all over it. We're so over it. And she's just another one that's trying to tell us what to think and what to do. And no matter what she does, that we're all going to line up to watch her anyways. So we'll see if we keep lining up to watch her. We'll see.
And to everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
So apparently Disney thought it was against DEI to have only dwarfs try out for the dwarf, I guess, spot in the movie. So I think they all got up in arms.
Nowadays, you can protest about just about anything. Well, why don't I begin a protest about the fact that Disney decided to use CGI dwarfs? Not even the real thing. We could have gotten hired. We could have gotten money for something, but no. They're so ashamed of the CGI dwarfs. They don't even have it on the first flyer. Well, it's time. It's time to make a movement.
And which is so stupid. So they did some GCI, some technical things to make the dwarfs and stuff. Anyways, I think that they just pissed off a lot of people as they went along through this movie, between the actress and her politics, the DEI, and now they pissed off all the little people, or people that would have been perfect for that job, and they kind of took that away from him. So I thought that little guy, he was just awesome. He was funny. But, Disney, there's another one that it's just like we're kind of over the wokeness. And I think it's really showing up in the numbers. What they say, woke goes broke. We're just all over it. Let's just go back to being entertainment, to have fun. Let's not try to change the stories. And another thing I was thinking too, someone said, like, if you don't like the story of Snow White, and people, that doesn't kind of equate to what our culture is, or our social norms are now, why don't they come up with another story? Why don't they, Rachel Zegler, come up with a different story? Don't try to change the one that's already there. Come up there. We have all these writers in the world, and in Hollywood. Like, just come up with a new story. Come up with a new thing that creates part of our social norm that's going on right now. So your thoughts, I would be interested to hear what you guys think about that. Is it Disney? Is it Rachel Zegler? Is it the movie stars? Are we over the celebrity culture? Who knows? I just want to show you this last video here, and it is just kind of a montage. So this guy there's several parts to it, but he took all the responses, or the comments on the movie Snow White, and he created a video about it to music. So he's saying the comments about the movie, and it's hilarious. So check this out. I just want to watch for you guys to watch this at the end. And again, please like, subscribe. Really appreciate it. Hit the bell for alerts. I'm going to start trying to post every single day now. Well, almost. Just a daily kind of what's up, kind of daily show every day. So stay tuned to that. But anyways, like I said, please like, subscribe, share. Really appreciate it. I love the community. It's just awesome. Love to hear your suggestions and your comments. It just means a lot to me.
Told this trailer to my therapist, now he's in therapy. Snow White, hello, anybody here, projector operator, just me. Snow White and the $7 total box office income. Movie janitors are getting a day off with this one. I threaten my kids with this trailer when they misbehave. Rachel Fogler, this is the perfect movie to watch on a plane. The odds of two disasters happening to you at the same time are very slim. Even Stephen Hawking would have walked out of the theater if he had to watch this film. Mirror, mirror on the wall, what's white in the 7 pronouns? Mirror, mirror on the wall, Helen Keller just gouged her eyes out. Snow White looks like those Indians that built houses in the jungle. Disney used to touch hearts, now they touch you like a creepy uncle. Coming to theaters near you. Please don't do it, I have a family. This is possibly the only step on video I haven't wanted to see. The dwarfs look like unused bottles from the Polar Express. She don't need no light, she independent now, independent from success. Mirror, mirror on the wall, Snow White and the savage anger. Mirror, mirror on the wall, Snow White and the seven registered offender. Mirror, mirror on the wall, let me give my therapist a call. Mirror, mirror on the wall, one shall stand and one shall fall.